welcoming you officially to the most authentic news experience you will have on the radio. This is Hard Facts, and I'm Maryann Okon. From now till 6 p.m, it promises to be a very interesting, educational, informative, and very entertaining at the time show for you. 3 hours of very, very good radio. We start off with the big three stories on our national dailies, the ones that also debut on our news bulletins, and the one that you're discussing on social media, making it to trend. These are some of the stories that we're going to be talking about today on the big three. On the 4 o'clock hour on Global Review, we leave the borders of Nigeria and we go to that meeting that held between Ramaphosa and the United States President Donald Trump. Now, don't forget that there's been some sort of dent, or I don't know, crack in the relationship between the United States and South Africa since Donald Trump became president. There has been an open invitation for whites in South Africa allegedly being maltreated to move to the United States. Well, Ramaphosa was ambushed yesterday in the White House. We'll talk about that. My friend Ndu Bryan, who is a geopolitics analyst, will be joining me from the United Kingdom as we analyze that meeting from yesterday. And then on the 5 o'clock hour, let's talk jam. A professor joins me as we talk whether jam should stay or go. Has it outlived its time? Should we be looking for something better? Or what? And if it must stay, what should be done to rejig it? That's the conversation on the 5 o'clock hour. In the meantime, let's welcome you to the show proper, shall we?
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
This is Hard Facts.
99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 08095975805. Or better still, you can join us on our live stream. Make sure that you post your comments there. But if you're listening from outside of the country and you want to be part of the conversation, you can call us on WhatsApp. Once again, it's 08095975805. Let's look into the big stories for us today. Boko Haram informants among politicians and soldiers, says Babagana Zulum, professor and governor of Borno State. I'm sure that you've heard this story all day, but let me give some flesh to it. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum alleged yesterday that some politicians and members of the armed forces act as informants and collaborators for Boko Haram insurgents. The governor, who made the allegation in an interview with News Central Television's breakfast program, said the Nigerian army lacks requisite equipment to fight terrorists, noting, should I go back? He says the Nigerian army lacks requisite equipment to fight terrorists. This is not the first time someone's saying that. And I remember the federal government hitting back at that person that, how dare you say that? The army has everything that it needs. Yes, it was the House of Representatives that said, we don't have the adequate, technology to deal with these guys. These guys are literally ahead of us. And then the federal government comes out to say, how dare you say that? How about we respond with bettering the lots of these guys who are putting their lives on the line every day to fight for us, as opposed to just always being reactive and always trying to fight back, even when whatever they're saying or the discussion, the subject is actually a true thing or a fact. Anyway, the governor has said that devoid of politics, Boko Haram can be wiped out in 6 months. Oh, wait. It reminds me of something. And just like I do, you guys should know me by now. I'm that person that they say has coconut head. Here's that lawmaker from Borno. Yeah.
You cannot just sit down watching them to do whatever they feel like doing simply because they are professionals. You cannot talk to them. Give them target. During Jonathan, we brought mercenaries. They were about to finish Boko Haram. But because of our complacency and personal aggrandizement and personal interest, we asked them to go back. And we are still battling with the issue. I was in Borno State as a member of the State House of Assembly when the mercenaries were in Borno. They were less than 30. They operate in a place like this. Everybody with a laptop before him, observing what is happening in the bush. The moment they discover an enclave, they will be able to identify how many weapons do they have, what kind of weapons are they using, how many AK-47 do they have, how many explosives do they have. They will take only 3 or 4 people in a chopper, go and clear everything. They will snap pictures before clearing them and bring back exhibit. We are about to finish it. And because of interest, personal interest, that if we allow mercenaries to finish this thing, we are not going to get anything. How much was the bill given by the mercenaries? Even Russia is employing mercenaries to fight for them, isn't it? Are we stronger than Russia? Is there anything wrong if you can bring somebody that can fight for you? There's nothing wrong in that.
That's what that statement by Governor Zulum reminds me of. It can be dealt with in 6 months, but will we let it? In case you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Itimian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And these are the big 3 stories for today. I started with the Boko Haram situation. So the governor of Borno State is saying, look, the informants are even politicians, and they're among the rank and file in the Nigerian army, which is heartbreaking. But is it news to you? Because I can't remind you, the Jonathan administration, under his administration, he did say that Boko Haram was, within his government. Buhari came and said the same thing. Well, this government hasn't said anything, but is that news to you? I'm guessing that what we should be talking about is how do we get rid of these guys, name shame them, and use them to set an example. Let's move on to the Guardian newspaper. Top story here says 85% of students on foreign scholarship do not return. Minister of Education is saying this one. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has lamented that 85% of Nigerian students sent abroad on government scholarships never return to contribute to national development. He also enjoined tertiary institutions nationwide to phase out satellite campuses, describing them as unsustainable and inefficient. He also talked about foreign scholarships, saying that a shift in policy, he talks about a shift in policy, explaining that more funds will now be invested in building local capacity. I'd like to quote him. Our evidence-based analysis showed that 85% of Nigerian students sent abroad on government scholarships never returned to contribute to national development. Many of the programs they studied could have been handled effectively within our own institutions. End of quote. I'd like to put it to the Honourable Minister of Education respectfully. I studied linguistics and communications, and I majored in communications, which is mass comm. We didn't have a sound lab. At the time I was studying, I took my mates to my place of work because I was already a journalist practicing 3 years into it. I took my colleagues and my lecturers to the TV and radio studios where I worked in the state. They had never seen a sound lab. I'm talking about the students. So you're teaching them theory, but there were no studios. There were no sound labs. I took them to my office. Imagine if I was not a journalist and I was just a bloody student without anything, would go through that process, graduate with honors, but don't know what a sound lab looks like. And you're telling us that those courses that some of them studied abroad could have been better handled in our universities. Yes. But do they have the infrastructure? And I think my other question is, what are the options that these students have if they study all of these nice things abroad? What are they coming back to? What are the options? And finally, on a Big Three story here in the Premium Times newspaper, oil thefts. Nigeria's losing barrels of crude oil than some OPEC members produce. This is a senator speaking. Apparently, he says Nigeria loses billions of dollars annually to crude oil theft. This is severely undermining our economy, weakening the naira, and depriving the nation of vital revenue needed for infrastructure, healthcare, education, and social development. Well, this is Senator Ned Nwoko. I really don't know. This is nothing new. And like I said about the Boko Haram story, what are we going to do about it? How possible is it to put an end to all theft in our country? Let's talk Lagos. The phone lines are open. 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190. That is for the ladies. You can join the conversation on WhatsApp. Send me a message 08095975805. You can call if you're listening to us from outside of the country. We would love to hear from you. Keep it very short, sweet, straight to the point. 60 seconds is all you have. Turn off your radio, please. Hello.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, thank you very much. You're on to Felix from Ikorodu.
Go ahead.
Maryann, do you know that Nigerians are living in foolhardy? Yes, this banditry names have been compiled and sent. People in higher places, the authorities know them. And till date, from Jonathan till now, they are still telling us powers that be. Are we serious? Or we are joking? Or we want God from heaven to come and carry our fight? We are just living in foolhardy until we are ready to grab the bull by the horn. Nigerians now, not the rulers, so Nigerians like me and everyone who will not get any. I think we are just, how do I call it, like a cork, floater, this styrofoam plastic floating on water. We are not, we talk every day. Foolhardy. That's what we are.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. 0201 277 0993 if you are male. 0201 465 7190 if you are female. Let's go. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Emmanuel, and I'm speaking to you from Ekwe.
Go ahead.
About the issue of insecurity in the north, especially in Borno, I think this issue won't go away anytime soon. The reason is the ideology of people over there, let's call it spade a spade. The kind of Islam, is different from the Islam, that is being practiced in the southwest, especially. This jihad of 18, it aligns with the system of the countries, think that they should come to Africa to do everything. They point their mindset, against the government, which creates an avenue, for them to come and take our minerals. So the government needs to take these things, from different approach, in order to counter this thing. And then for the government itself, especially the governor and other people, you should begin to name names, call names and everything, so that you will put some people to shame. Because if you keep saying politicians, military or whatever without naming names, the situation will continue, because we won't know the people we should lay our hands on, and so on. Thank you, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Joy.
Hello, Joy.
Okay. You see, I really do not forget most of the things that happen in this country. The man that was talking, that man that was saying during Jonathan's time, please, what's the name of that senator?
He's not a senator. He's not a senator. He's a former House of Assembly member in Borno.
Member in Borno State.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, at that time, after that period, what did he do? He did nothing. He didn't do anything. See, I hate when people play tribal cards. I do not like it. When Buhari was there, this same Zulum governor said, that there's no issue again, everything is okay, this, that. So
More conversation
I'm so sorry, I have to go on a break, Joy.
after this.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family.
Join us for the 2nd edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun. Don't miss the vibe. Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment. Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle.
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347*880*3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347*880*3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're back. It's still Hard Facts. 99.3 Nigeria Info. These are the big three stories for today. Boko Haram informants are politicians and soldiers. Yes. And this is a statement made by the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum. But is this news to you, being that you have sat through two governments where the president themselves actually said that, that Boko Haram or informants or people who even work with Boko Haram are within their governments, within the ranks of their government. And the question is, what are we doing about it? Because something has to be done. Okay, how about we start with the guys who supposedly are funding them? Let's get those people. Plug those loopholes. Oh, we're not doing that? Oh, okay. Secondly, the Guardian newspaper here says that 85% of the students on foreign scholarship do not return. And I'm asking the minister, what are their options if they do come home? I remember when I went to study abroad and I decided that I was going to come back and continue. In fact, I was going to move from radio to TV. A lot of people thought I was mad, including my good friend, Sheriff. Like, why are you coming back to this country? To do what? But I did. I felt like I needed to be back here. I felt like I needed to. But then, and that's against every possible wise reasoning, for the want of a better way to put it, because everyone thought I was absolutely mad. But what are the options for these guys when they come back, Mr. Minister? And on all theft, the Senator Ned Nwoko has been complaining about the fact that Nigeria is losing more barrels of crude oil than some OPEC members even produce. So what are we going to do about it actively? It's not enough to say Mele Kyari and his boys should go. How about reading the system of this so-called cabal? Oh, we're not going to do anything about it? Are we going to just be talk shopping about it? What are we going to do? Let's talk Lagos. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-719, 001-465-7190. That is for ladies only. And you can join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 0809597585. On YouTube and Facebook, we are live. Nigeria Info FM 99.3. Go there and post your comments. We would love to hear from you. 60 seconds is all you have. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Deborah.
Hello, Deborah.
I'm calling from White Sanitary Ocean, Lagos.
Okay.
So the problem I have with Nigerian government is that they always speak, but there's no solution and no action to follow. Senator Ned Nwoko coming out to say there's oil theft. What is the solution on ground? Then they should act on it, not just speaking. And secondly, concerning our Minister of Education, the universities in Nigeria, their infrastructure is so poor and outdated. No proper infrastructure.
Tell me about it.
Not just that, even in secondary schools, some secondary schools don't have basic infrastructures for practical, only theory. Yeah, that's my submission. Thank you.
All right, Deborah, thank you very much. I must say that the questions have to be asked. What are the options? And the universities that we have already, we're just creating more and more universities. How about we fix the ones that we already have? Make them so good that we don't necessarily have to go abroad to get a degree or to get a master. Because every time, I say it all the time, every time I have an opportunity to talk about my university, literally it's down the road from where I live. So every time I drive past it from the airport going to my house, my parents' house, I feel a certain level of hatred. I hated that school because of all the things that we had to suffer. I know. And then there's that change. It's like a culture shock of sorts, but on a different level when you go to school abroad. When a professor first, welcomes you to school and tells you that you can come to me at any time. You have questions, you're struggling with something, I'd be glad to hold your hand through it. you're like, you dey whine me. Is this for real? That's what they do for you. Yes, it's shocking. In Nigeria, as you resume, the lecturer is telling you that you are going to fail. Many of you will drop out. You get me, right? It's the trauma that's attached to going to school in this country. How about we fix that, Mr. Minister, before you start complaining about those of us who run away? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, dear. Please call me back. Sorry about that. Hello?
Hello, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maryann. This is Femi from Elegushi.
Hello, Femi.
Maryann, it is quite glaring that the problem of insecurity in Nigeria is a government is a problem created by the government against, that is to gain. This is a created problem by the government, by part of bad people in the part of the government who uses that for personal gain. They create the problem, then they will now use it against the people. That is why today, as we are, it is only the civil servants. The civil servants are the ones to stand up, because whatever that is being done in this country is resting on the civil servant.
Okay, all right.
When the hike on the electricity is resting on the civil servant salary, so they are making from the civil servant. It's
all right
that the civil servant rise up.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I have to let you go because you've gone beyond your time. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon, Joy. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Lovely.
This is just for me. Go
ahead, please.
This insecurity we are talking about. Our people, the politicians, they know themselves. They are the cause of this. That is why they don't want to do anything. Now look at our vice president. He was the governor during that period. This problem started. Now he's there. What is he saying? And they are killing his people. And during the campaign, he said he will be in charge of security. And he's there. They are killing his people. He doesn't want to do anything because his family are not in Nigeria. They are being secure. So he doesn't want to do anything. It's too bad, though.
Thank you for calling, Joy. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann Okon.
Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Emeka from Satellite Town.
Go ahead, Emeka.
You see, the issue of insecurity, for me, I'm tired. I'm so tired of it that the only time I will take this government seriously, or any government, is when the sponsors or the people who are benefiting from the criminal enterprise are brought to book. Only way they're named and shamed. Because we keep speaking about kinetics, as the soldiers getting involved in killing, shooting and all that. What about the principal actors, those who are behind the scene, beating the drum? Until such people, including the list of those terror sponsors that we handed over to Nigeria, it dealt with, for me, is just a lip service to fighting insecurity. And for education, there's no again saying that it's high time we declare state of emergency in the education sector. Because the minister that is speaking, I don't think his children are in this country. I don't think they're studying in this country. If you sponsor somebody outside and the person gets a better offer outside after graduation, what do you expect? Expect to come back to a place where you have to know somebody in order to be employed? Let's face facts. It's just like what happened in JAM. That issue in JAM highlights a deeper crisis in the education sector.
All right.
That needs to be taken care of.
Thank you very much for calling.
Right leadership in place, nothing will happen.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I want to go to social media. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. post your comment on our live stream and react to the big stories for today. I'll start with WhatsApp because there are so many messages. I've got to run through them. All right, this one here says, yes, thank you for this video. I was hoping that I was going to be able to play it. There was a video that was trending about a repentant Boko Haram member who was recruited into the army, and then he was caught trying to smuggle guns back to his boys. And that's why I, Maryann Okon, I'm one of the many persons who's against this whole repentant Boko Haram and trying to rehabilitate them and bring them back into the system. No deal. This one says, concealing the names of informants amounts to being complicit in the war against terrorism. If they're serious, they'll be calling names. Do you think the so-called informants and sponsors will even ever take them seriously? We keep deceiving ourselves in this country. Go. Sent us this one from Surulere. Thank you, Go. This one says, hello, Maryann. Nobby today. I can't say that on air, please. Boko Haram is among the federal government, but Nigeria government is hiding them. Truth will soon come out one day. White from Iba. Thank you, White. This one says, Maryann, if you say government should decimate Boko Haram, do you know that people's livelihoods will be affected? Some politicians are feeding fat on insurgency. So saying that the same people should put a stop to their food is a waste of saliva. It is only when the political will is present that we can talk about ending insurgency. Andrew, thank you. I do agree with you. And that's what that legislator was saying. That as legislators, they have made laws. Implementing it and making it, affecting it. He talked about the selfishness of some people who seem to feel like if they put an end to Boko Haram and insurgency, they're not going to be making money. So they'd rather continue to make money while innocent people are killed every day. What a country. Steve from Ijaniki here says, what is Governor Zulum talking about? Were they not the ones who called Jonathan clueless, inactive when he mentioned saboteurs in the fight against the insurgency? Let them ask the likes of Buhari, who said GJ's government was killing people when he was fighting Boko Haram. They wanted power by all means, and they blocked their ears to true talk and reasoning. And he says, chai, in the voice of Pipi. All right, Momo here says, how will students on scholarship return to poverty, unemployment, insecurity, etc.? Doesn't the minister know that there's only one party that everyone must defect to in order to live well? Who will save Nigeria, he says. Let our politicians continue deceiving themselves. Dumpy here says, Maryann, Buhari said he will make Goodluck Jonathan's government ungovernable. That was the genesis of Boko Haram, and now they cannot control the people they brought in as political talks anymore. I'm sure you mean THUGS, thugs. Okay. Dubai released list of sponsors of Boko Haram, but Nigeria's government swept them under the carpet due to their political and luxurious squandering. Now Boko Haram is everywhere and we're all in for it, just as one of your callers does say. It's so much pity that APC government has finished Nigeria. Dampi, thank you for calling or sending us that message. Daniel here says the governor of Borno State is right and Boko Haram is among the government for their political selfish reasons, but what have they done to, I'm sure you mean look around, being arrested and granted them bail for free and keep way the real. Wow, I do not understand your message anyway, Daniel, but I'm just gonna move on. This one's from Charles. Charles says, thank you for coming back, Maryann. Unfortunately, those who daily wail about the death of professionals are also the same ones who saw you as weird for choosing to come back. They will weep bitterly for lack of professionals, but the same will believe the village people have gotten their siblings who decide to come back. But Charles, they're realistically asking why you're coming back, because what is here for you? Do you know how much an average journalist in this country earns? It doesn't pay for anything. But we do it because we love it. But not how many people will just come for the love of country to suffer? They will have mouths to feed. They would have to pay their rent. They would have to pay their transport. They literally have to pay Adelabu for the light that he doesn't even bring. So you can't just say, oh, I hate those people that say that they have reasons, and those reasons are legitimate. While I understand your perspective, they also have a real good reason. Ayo here says, we all know the truth about Boko Haram. What Zulum is saying is not an open secret. People are making money from the death of innocent people. Minister of Education is talking gibberish. He was trained abroad. Blaming 85% not returning is a result of bad governance. This one says, most of the senators and House of Assembly from the north are... no, blessing. You cannot make those kinds of assertions. You can't say, where did you get your polling from? Where did you get this information from? Okay, you're just thinking. Okay. Godwin here. Godwin, your message is so long. I'm going to read just a bit of it. He says, insecurity in the land, especially under the APC government in the past 10 years after running mouth as an opposition, they're not corrupt leaders today. Okay. Until we have leaders who are ready to stand by the truth to expose and deal with our evil-minded common enemies, there shall be no end soon with the set of self-serving corrupt leaders we have been having for the past 10 years. Okay, thank you, Godwin. Jeremiah here says, I responded to Zulum's claims that terrorists has arms that are more sophisticated than Nigeria. Yes, they will, because there's a deliberate initiation of terrorists into the country to gain dominance over others. God had mercy. Okay, on students studying abroad, how would they come back to about 7,000 companies left under Nigeria's failed government of Tinubu? He says, God have mercy. And back to the phone line, 0201-277-0993. That's the number for you to call. You could also join the conversation on 0201-465-7190 if you are a lady. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello?
Yes.
Good afternoon. Okay, this is Joy calling back. Let me just...
yes, sorry about that, Joy.
Okay, so I was saying then that it is this same Zulum then, 2022, he said 90% of Boko Haram have genuinely repented and have integrated into the society. So look at the irony. How many years down the line now, they are crying. See, they should keep up whatever they are doing. If heaven falls, it falls on everybody. You know, because it was Buhari then, all of you feel that, it's fine for you to do like, everything is fine. And back then, Jonathan tried with the mercenaries then. They were working. But Buhari and Co were saying, that they are killing people, they are self-targeting, and that civilians are being killed, and all that. Look at it now. Even Shetima that harbored, the man harbored in the government house then, that they were looking for. What happened? He's our vice president. Everybody's saying now, they're all crying because Tinubu is in power. I don't like Tinubu, but because Tinubu is in power now, they are all crying and saying, Boko Haram is killing everywhere. Then they were saying Buhari time, everything is okay. That they are taking over all the villages that are fine now. You know, it doesn't make sense. That's why our education, our education is nothing to write home about. My friend that is in UK studying, she did her master's in Lagos, right? When she got to the UK, she said she couldn't even say she has done her master's. She had to go and say she didn't want to say she has done master's because of the kind of question they would throw back at her. So what is it? Practical and all that. So I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I just believe that one day we'll all get it right. People that have opportunity to travel, at least go out there and study.
All right.
Don't just limit yourself.
Thank you very much for calling, Joy. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
My name is Prince Riot, calling you from Amuodofi. When you talk of insecurity now, it's so rampant in the north. For a statement of a professor, that Borno State governor, I did not fancy it at all. It's part of the problem. What are they be doing this all this while? The governor, the traditional ruler, the regional leader, what have they done? A governor can never come on board say the weapon of the terrorists is stronger than our military. If we want to say that statement, we have to go in there, meet the chief of army staff, the Air Force, tell them what any information you have, to say the saboteur, they are in the military, they are the politician, he's a politician, and the military you say they are, you know, can't you feed them out? Why can't you know them and report them to authority? So to talk on page or newspaper does not.
All right. Thank you very much.
You have to
calling.
wake up and do the NIBI.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I still want to take more of your calls before we wrap things up. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello. Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon, Mazude.
My name is Mazude. Yeah. Thank you. Maryann, you see, it just is a sign of life. In truth, we must trust. We all know how Boko Haram started. Everybody know in Nigeria because that time I did, and that time I started listening to Nigerian info. We need to go back to that very place and address it. They kill who they're not supposed to kill. Because the rule of law in the world is that when they catch a leader of a group, you cannot just kill him, you take him to court. And they killed Yusuf for nothing. Soldiers caught him. And soldiers didn't they're not scratching body. They carry him come police station. And governor visited him there. And when he visited him, the next thing we witness is to kill him. Is he the one that killed him or the police that killed him? Let him carry that commissioner of police that time come to Nigerian court to make us judge him. If the governor is involved, let all of us know so that Boko Haram will get solution. Bandit is different, but Boko Haram will know how it starts. And I know the city people they touch there. All the government people talking, Zulu is talking. Zulu know about it. He campaigned that he will solve all the problems. Okay. He couldn't solve it.
All right.
So let them bring out the open so that we will judge all it, right. And whoever do the wrong will pay for the wrong.
All right. Thank you, Mazude, for calling. I have to let you go because of time, okay? So we can have other people speak. Thank you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes.
This is Yusuf on the line.
Go ahead.
This thing that Governor of Borno State said, I think there was a time I called in and I told you about it, and you were asking me whether I have any facts to back up what I'm saying. See, I have stayed in the north, Maryann, and I have taken my time to observe these people. When Buhari was leading us, he bought 3 fighter jets. Let me ask you now, Maryann, where are the jets? Now, Tinubu is buying fighter jets. With which money? You ask them tomorrow, where are the jets? You will not see them again. These people are making money from it. See, I have mingled with soldiers in the north. And what you are hearing from them is that some of them will be saying that this gun they are hanging on their neck. For years, they have not fired it. Why? Because some people will give them command to go and finish Boko Haram. And those ones that are making money from Boko Haram will call them and give them order to come back. None of them should go there. Let me tell you, this thing will not finish because they are the ones in charge of everything.
Okay.
If the government wants to play the Boko Haram, I swear to God, Maryann, Boko Haram will not reach tomorrow. They will clear everything today.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. So what is the challenge? Why is it not being put to an end? Because feeding us all this information that, they're in our government, well, what are you doing with that intel? Are we going to have a showdown? Are we going to put them down, literally? Well, you're not ready because you don't want to step on toes. What exactly is it? Anyway, this one here is from Chris in Accra. He says, Emefiele, docked. Evans, docked. Sunday Igboho, docked. Nnamdi Kanu, docked. Aside from Wadume, who was sentenced because police men were killed and has since been freed, who in the northern part of Nigeria, despite the UAE government sending the list of terrorist financiers, have been docked? He says a country not built on justice and equity is going nowhere. This one here says, Miriam, please, my name is not Miriam. Come and see as the Air Force is showing their little power, disturbing Lekki airspace. He says, let them go and fight Boko Haram. Michael, that was not even necessary. You know that? This one says, APC is a disgrace. Nothing to show since Buhari era till now. Only increase in poverty in Okota. Sir P in Shirulere says, see Governor Zulum and the other governors or top elites complaining about Boko Haram in Boko being among Nigerian governments are cowards. He says, reason being that why are they not asking the president directly the names given by the UAE of Boko Haram sponsors, cowards government. What even the meaning of rehabilitation? They're seeing this thing as, and yet they say nothing about it. Okay. Thank you very much. Yomi from Miraconla says, you see, on Governor Zulum, though he was speaking the truth, but at the wrong time, all these people were supporting Buhari when General Brutai and others were recruiting Boko Haram convicts into our military.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back.
I'll be right back.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know? Your dose of facts we bet you never knew. Right here on Nigeria Info 99.3.
Did you know avocados are a fruit and not a vegetable? They're technically considered a single-seeded berry.
Another piece of the puzzle now revealed. Keep questioning, keep listening. Only on Nigeria Info 99.3.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
They say truth sets you free. But in a world where news spreads fast and popular narratives shape opinions, how do you separate truth from deception? Introducing Fact or Propaganda, the show that puts the biggest social, political, and media narratives under the microscope.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them hadn't been to school.
A lot of these young people are not employable. Every week, we critically analyze narratives shaping our country, separating facts from clever manipulation. Who benefits from these narratives? What's real and what's just propaganda?
Unfortunately, paternity fraud is not a crime in Nigeria. Our laws are silent on this issue.
Join the conversation. Be part of the investigation. Tune in. Join Babatunde Abdusalam every Monday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And let's uncover the truth together. Fact or propaganda. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't just believe. Investigate.
Trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, let's race through some of your messages on Facebook Live. Heifer Resources here says that voice note of the House of Rep member, it's a House of Assembly member actually, you played makes a lot of sense because truth is Boko Haram isn't ending because of selfish politicians milking the blood of innocent souls dying here. Sadly, that's the case. But I'm just trying to understand, who are these people? What are they? Who's protecting them? And if the people who are telling us these stories are part of the people who are protecting them, is it because those people they're protecting have something on them? Because what is it, really? And how many more Nigerians have to die before something is done? Someone here says, let the governor mention the names of those people. Let us know them. Get them arrested. Then we know how serious they are to fight insecurity. Thank you very much, Beatrice, for sending us that message from Itire. I appreciate it. Ben from Ogun State says, Maryann, they're not serious when it comes to insecurity. What Alhaji Serika did for Nigerian Air, or Hadi, I'm sure you mean Hadi Sirika, Nigeria Airways is also what's happening in Tucano Jet and all the weapons they claim they are buying. Audio purchase, he says. I've got to go. The news comes up at the top of the hour with Yvonne Ohaifo. And on the other side of the clock, we're going to speak about South Africa and the United States. And of course, the US opening its doors to white South Africans. Let's talk about that on the other side of the clock. Still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's